Hi guys, it's Kristen. As I said in my last video, I was going to be making a video of all of the questions that you've all sent me. There's quite a few of them, so rather than just answering them one by one, I figured I'd just do a video in case there was anyone else who might have the same questions. And I know a few of these I've been asked by several of you the same questions, so I'm just gonna make a video and answer them that way. Okay. Question 1. Is the surgery everything that you expected it would be? Yes. I don't regret the surgery one bit. In some aspects, it's better than what I thought it would be. I always had that mentality that, okay, nothing worked. This isn't going to work, but I'll give it a try since there's, I'm out of options. And a few times I was iffy because, you hit these little stalls, these bumps. And I thought, okay, this must be it. This must be what I'm going to stop at. So, I mean, my weight loss has picked back up. It went from, about a pound a week to now, lately, the past couple weeks, I've pretty much been losing about a pound a day or more. So, I mean, it's better than what I thought it would be. I'm only, 18 weeks out, and I've lost 85 pounds, so that's not bad at all. So yeah, it's definitely everything I expected it would be. Do you ever have buyer's remorse? If I'm understanding the question right, no, I do not. As I said, there's been some bumps where I thought, wow, this must be it, but no, even the surgery itself, it really wasn't bad for me. My experience with the surgery, it really wasn't that painful. Obviously, there was some gas, you go through that pain, but I didn't have a real bad experience. And I can't say that even if I stopped losing now, I lost 85 pounds. I would never have been able to lose that on my own. So even if I didn't lose another pound and I stopped right here where I'm at, I still wouldn't, regret my decision. So no, I don't have buyer's remorse. I want to have the surgery, but am afraid, and I am not sure of myself. Any advice? Okay, so you want to have the surgery, but you're afraid. Well, first and foremost, I can't speak for everyone else, but I myself did rate up. I didn't really fear the surgery because I was ready. By the time I made my choice to have this surgery, I was beyond ready. The night before surgery, I was afraid. And I think, again, I can't speak for everyone, but I almost think everyone who goes through any kind of surgery has fears. I think it's just a given. But if you're not sure of yourself, maybe you're not ready. Do the research. I can't stress research enough. Research it. And it still won't prepare you for the surgery. Okay, I did all the research. I talked to people who've had the surgery. You can't prepare yourself. You can do everything you can mentally to prepare, but still it's not, until you go through it, you don't know what to expect. Everybody's, experiences are different. But if you're having doubts, you might not be ready. I had thought about doing this surgery years ago. Years ago. I'm glad I didn't because I wasn't ready for it. I thought, years ago, I can do this. It was very easy for someone to talk me out of doing it. And I got talked out of it, and I'm glad. Because at that point in my life, I would never have been successful. There's no way. All I can say again is do your research, talk to people, meet with a surgeon, talk to them, ask them questions. It might just mean you need more information. If you get the information, you do your research, and again, you're still just not sure, you might just not be ready. Try some more stuff. Try exercising one more time. For myself, I had gotten to the point where I've stressed and exhausted everything. I tried every exercise, everything out there. Jenny Craig, everything. You just got to get to a point. I think it's kind of like going to the dentist. You get a little pain in your tooth, and who likes the dentist, But you let it go, you take some Tylenol, you mask the pain, you mask it, and then finally you're like, I gotta go to the dentist. And you go, and at that point, you don't care if they rip that tooth out. You don't care what they do at that point. You just want the pain to go away. And I honestly think that this surgery, or any weight loss surgery, I think it's to that point where it gets so bad, and you're so sick of being sick and tired, and nothing works, that you don't care by that point. And for me, I really wasn't real afraid. I was ready, beyond ready. Do you find yourself addicted to any foods now that you have had? Sorry, I don't think I'm reading it right. Do you find yourself addicted to any foods now that you have had the surgery? If so, what foods, and do you have control of yourself so as to not overeat them? Find yourself addicted to any foods now that you've had the surgery. Okay, I think if I'm understanding this right. If not, just inbox me and I'll re-answer this. I find myself now craving different foods. Before the surgery, I craved sweets, mostly sweets, sweet and salty. Now I crave spicy and, I don't like sweets at all now. Once in a while, I do crave like that dark chocolate, and so I keep a bag of dark chocolate Dove square candies, very tiny, but I keep them in the house. And like I've said in a previous video, I only need maybe 1 or 2 a week. I do overindulge sometimes, don't get me wrong. Twizzlers, I never liked them before, but now I actually find that if my stomach is upset, if I just take a few bites of a Twizzler, those red Twizzlers, I'm fine. It's probably not the best option, but they alleviate my stomach upset, and the nausea pretty much goes away. Of course, I think I'm figuring out too that when I get nauseous, it's because I haven't eaten real food in a while. So now I'm kind of like veering off the Twizzlers and going toward food like protein or something. But I do find myself craving stuff like pickles, anything with crunch. I didn't care for chips before the surgery. I mean, if somebody put a bag in front of me, I was a hoss. I would have eaten anything if you put it in front of me. But for chips and stuff like that, I wouldn't have gone looking for them, and I certainly wouldn't have bought them. But now I crave crunchy stuff, and I almost think it's because I went so long, because right before surgery you have that big gap, I think it was a week or 2, where you can't eat solid food, and then of course there's like a month that you can't eat solid food after the surgery. So I almost think that that's why I crave crunch now. Pretty much I get these what are they, like vegetable chips. They're made out of vegetables. I'll eat some of those if I'm craving crunch, or like I said, a pickle. Or there's these, not really sure what they're called. These round cake type things that are crunchy. They kind of taste like popcorn to me. Rice cakes, I think they are. I have a few of those around. I have like cheddar cheese, and there's like one that kind of tastes like caramel or something. I use those on rare occasions. Before surgery, I tried them once, and they tasted like cardboard, but now I actually like them. So, yeah, I find myself craving crunchy foods and spicy. I like real spicy stuff like boneless buffalo chicken wings, stuff like that. You said in a previous video that before surgery you thought you were smaller than you were, even getting stuck into some places. Has this view changed, and how? I remember that video, and I remember getting stuck. It's changed on a different level. I now feel like I am heavier than I really am, bigger than I really am. For instance, shopping for clothes. Before surgery, I felt I was way smaller than I was. I would try to cram myself into clothes that didn't fit, try to cram my body into places that it really shouldn't have been going. I mean, yes. And now I find myself shopping in the heavier sections and realizing, wait a minute, I don't have to dress in these old granny clothes. I can go over and dress in the normal people size clothes. I was at Walmart the other day and, shopping for some Easter stuff, and I thought that I was just look at the clothes and stuff. I found myself over in the heavy section again. And I always hated being heavy because the clothes are just ridiculous. I don't know who designs them, but they certainly did not design them with, a heavier person's perspective of what fashion is. For some reason, people seem to think that if you're heavy, you don't have fashion. But I literally had to stop and think, wow, I'm not a 3X. I'm not a 26 anymore. I can shop over on the other side. So, and sometimes I'll look in the mirror and I'll think, some days I look in the mirror and I think, wow, that's me. I look damn good. Other days I look in the mirror and I think, I'm so fat. I need to lose, so much more weight. And it overwhelms me. But it's pretty much all just on, when I look in the mirror, how I'm feeling that day, I guess. I don't know. I still think I'm heavier than what I am, I think. Next question. Hair loss. I will say, it doesn't really look it too much, but I have been losing clumps, and I've said this before. My hair falls out literally by the handfuls. And some people told me their hair didn't start falling out till like 5 months. My hair immediately after surgery started falling out. And I can't stress that enough. Immediately. Every time I brush my hair, if I just run my hands through, my daughters, I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old that love to play with my hair and do my hair up. I can't let them anymore because my hair falls out so much that any little bit of tugging that they do makes a big clump fall out. I don't see any bald spots, and I have real thick hair. I mean, extremely thick hair. I didn't think it would be a problem, and I don't see any bald spots. I mean, it's kind of looking a little thin here. I think it might be the lighting. I hope it's the lighting. But yeah, my hair has been falling out, and I've been told it's going to stop. It's not always going to, and it will regrow. But I don't know. I guess everybody's different, but mine started falling out immediately after, and I'm just waiting for it to stop. It still falls out. I dread washing my hair. Every time I wash my hair, more falls out. So I'm clogging the drains. It literally, every time I take a shower, it literally looks like there's a dead cat at the bottom of the tub or the shower. I mean, it's crazy. And my husband's not losing any. I don't know if all men don't lose or if it's just women that lose, what it is, but this ain't right. Okay, next question. Are you having trouble with eating sweets and chips? I ask because I am, This seems like the only type of foods that seems to stay down. I have tried some of the foods that you have posted in your videos and it was helpful, but can't seem to get a meal down just yet. Is this normal? Can you give me some meal ideas? Had gastric bypass December 2012. So you had surgery around the time my husband did. I think my husband's was the 3rd of December. I think I just mentioned about the chips and the sweets. So, seems like the only foods that will stay down. I do know what you're saying. There was a time, and some days even now, like I said, the Twizzlers. Sometimes that's all I can get down is the Twizzlers. Some days my stomach is very upset. But I've kind of veered away from leaning towards stuff like that because it does hinder your weight loss. But I totally get not being able to keep stuff down, like chicken. I can't keep chicken down. Most meats I can't keep down most days. And it doesn't matter if I make it in the crock pot. It doesn't matter. It's not dry when I eat it. I can't eat it sometimes. A lot of times certain things are all that I can't eat. Like those vegetable chips. There's been days where that's all I've eaten is a few vegetable chips. It's not a healthy choice, but if your stomach's not agreeing with you, you're not going to have luck. Just make sure you get your liquids in. Is it normal? I think it is. I mean, like I said, I went through it. And meal ideas. I don't know if you're friends with me on Facebook, but if you inbox me, and you want to be my friend on Facebook, I have a little group that's not really a group, it's more like my updates of how I'm doing with my surgery. I constantly post recipes that I've tried. If you want to friend me on Pinterest, I always find weight loss surgery friendly recipes on there. And again, if I try them, I put them on my Facebook page. So, do you have any advice for me? I am about to have surgery for gastric bypass. Advice. Be patient. Make sure you set realistic goals. Most surgeons will set a goal for you, but I know I had my own personal goal of what I want to lose. I don't know if that's the same for everyone, but just make sure whatever your goals are, it's kind of realistic between what the surgeon says and what you think you can accomplish. And remember, the surgery is not going to fix. It's not going to fix you or your problems. There's actually a few more problems that will come along with the surgery. As you lose weight, you're going to have to learn, relearn how to handle your emotions if you're an emotional eater. Not everybody is an emotional eater. But if you are, the surgery is not going to fix that. In fact, you're going to find yourself needing a lot of support through this. You might need counseling, even. It's not going to fix how you view yourself. Obviously, I'm losing weight, and I now view myself as a heavy person. And yeah, be patient. I find myself having to remind myself of this, and needing to be reminded by others that you need to be patient. The weight's not just going to come off. It didn't just come on. It's not going to just come off. When I hit these little stalls that I think are stalls, and they're not really stalls, it's frustrating. You go through the surgery, you think, oh, I went through all this work, and the scale's not moving. Just be patient. You might not be losing pounds, but you're probably losing inches, because I'll find myself dropping pants sizes when the scale hasn't moved in weeks. So, congratulations, and I'm sure you'll do fine. Just talk to your surgeon, your nutritionist. Make sure you have a support group. I don't have a physical support group in my area. I'm trying to start one up, But I'll tell you, I am a member of this group online, Butterfly Vixens, and let me tell you, they are very supportive. So, and make sure your family's on track with you if you plan on telling them. Have you had any complications as a result of the surgery? I've had none so far. That's not to say I won't. Some people don't get complications as a result of having the surgery till, years later. I'm only 18 weeks out. But again, even if I had a complication, I still won't regret having the surgery, because I would rather be a skinny person having to have their gallbladder or something removed than a heavy person who goes through life with no issues until their diabetes or something kicks in. What keeps you motivated? I hate to say it, the scale, the fact that I'm losing my clothes, they definitely keep me motivated. I basically, having the surgery motivates you. You don't go through that hard work and then say, I'm just going to stop here. I went through a lot of work getting the surgery, being able to get the surgery, to get approved for the surgery. I had to jump through hoops. I mean, this is not easy, and it keeps me motivated when, like I said, I'm in that support group and they motivate me. Somebody says, wow, you look really good, or you're unrecognizable. I have actually been unrecognizable before. So that's a big motivator. There's a lot of motivators to losing weight. What exercises do you do? I have found a lot of exercises, and I have to switch it up or else I'll get bored. I do yoga, pilates, We Fit. I've gotten the We Fit, or the We Zumba, which I'm actually going to be doing a real Zumba class here shortly. Toning my muscles with weights. I walk with weights on my ankles, which helps to lose a little bit more while toning. Cardio workouts, cardio dance. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Excess skin. I am getting the excess skin. I think a lot of people will have it. It's just a matter of to the degree of how bad yours will be. I'm trying to tone. I mean, I got these bat wings. I'm getting some loose skin on my thighs, obviously my stomach. Yeah, there's one of these days I'll make a video once it gets a little more dramatic and I'll show you. Do you ever test the limits with foods or sweets? Do you dump? First of all, I do dump. So I think that's what keeps me from testing my limits. And again, I mentioned on my last video, yesterday for Easter, I had a little bit of a piece of very tiny piece of pumpkin cheesecake, and I was sicker than a dog for over an hour and a half. I mean, it was crazy. So I think that's what keeps me and will always keep me from wanting to test my limits. But I do test sweets on occasion, again with the cheesecake, and I just know never to do that again. Do you plan on having any plastics done? Yes, I do. Obviously, it'll be far down the road. It's going to be a lot of saving, and I plan on having abdominoplasty or circumferential body lift. That's where they take out the excess skin around your body, midsection. Brachioplasty, I think I'm saying that right, to remove the bat wings. Yeah, definitely going to need that. And breast lift. These babies are going to be coming back up. Like I said, I've been heavy most of my life, most of my adult life, and my adolescence. So I'm probably going to need some work done. And I don't plan on stopping once I lose the weight. Why come this far and not go any further? And I'm not going to let finances stop me. I will do whatever it takes to get the money to be able to get this done. just so I can feel better about myself. I know my husband will be fine with me no matter how I am, but it's for me. It's personal. You know, I feel like I'm coming so far, and I'm going to come so far that I don't want to stop. I want to be comfortable. I'm not looking for supermodel. I'm just looking, you know, to feel a little better about myself. With every pound I lose, I get a little bit, you know, my self-esteem picks up more and more, but I know there's going to come a time when I'm done losing, and this is it. You know, I'm going to be left with the saggy skin, just everything that's just going to make me feel like my hard work was for nothing. So I definitely see, you know, plastics in the future. Not everyone will want to, and not everyone needs to. I might not need all of those that I mentioned. As far as right now, I feel like I'm going to, but I may be able to tone it good enough to where I might not need all of this. But I can tell you the breast lift, that's a definite. And I think the bat wing removal, I don't want to be mistaken for Batman. And I think I answered everything. And again, if you have a question and you're watching this and I didn't answer it, somehow I missed it, or you didn't get a chance to ask, just message me here on YouTube or on Facebook if you're friends with me, and I will gladly answer them. And again, I'm not going to say any names. You know who you are who asked me the questions, just for privacy reasons. I just, again, figured I'd make them in a video just in case anyone else had the same question. And one of the questions was, can I see your stars? It's getting late. Can I see your scars? I will do a video, again, to show the excess skin, and I will show my scars. They're hardly noticeable right now, but I will do a video and I will show them. Again, I think I answered all of the questions, and that's it. I'm so sorry this was so long, but I hope I answered all of your questions. And again, if you asked me a question and I didn't answer it enough for you, or I missed something, again, just message me and I will correct it. I will either message you back or remake a new video. I will see you guys Thursday, and hope everyone has a good week. Alright, bye.